Rix and Rassi have started the competition off with a bang, and we've also made inroads with the ball as well. So it's an exciting time for us. It's just about making sure that we can kick on with this momentum. And
I don't know. I'm gonna try do what I can. I'm gonna stick to my process and just keep doing the same thing, and hopefully it can come off again tomorrow and for the rest of the games of the tournament. Bit of a change, obviously, this year. Different players, different coach and captain. Polly's quite obviously he's the most experienced player in the world in T20 cricket, so he brings a whole different dynamic. A lot of calmness and a lot of the strategy is a bit more, I want to say, sharper this year, but it's a bit more controlled this year. Um, and yeah, it's just it's been good under it. They've both encouraged me individually to play my game and just be aggressive. We've really broken down batting into phases, and all I'm actually trying to do is just make an impact with the bat. That's runs and runs 20 off 10 or something like that's an impact. We've got such a strong middle order. We can set the game up for them at the back. Then I know I'm doing my job. Yeah, well, those Malinga and obviously Polly are not just icons in cricket; they're Mumbai MI icons. So obviously amazing for the brand and for us here in South Africa. It's amazing to have that type of caliber of player and coach now within the ranks. Yeah, again, obviously we look to lean on it. It'd be foolish not to ask questions. It would be foolish not to try get some advice on them because those two at the peak of their powers were the best two players in the world. So it's obviously aided with a lot of local knowledge of Robbie and Hash and everyone else that plays their part. But again, all of us, definitely myself included, we try. Or I try and gain as much as I can from them.
yeah, look, I mean, I think cricket is probably up there with one of the top sports in the country. People are hungry for it. We can see, there's different sort of cultures within the stadium. Everybody brings their own type of style. PE, Centurion, Newlands as well. So, yeah, it's exciting for us as players, to see that people want to be at the games. People are already talking about Friday and Sunday's games as well. So that's exciting to see that people are hungry to watch cricket. We just hope that we can play the brand of cricket that the people want to see. Make sure that we can entertain them.
Again, we got obviously Beezy's a local boy. George, Robbie, Hash have all played here for 100 years. So to be foolish again not to lean on that kind of experience. And same thing when when you played in Durban last night. Grant Rulofsson was generally the guy that was talking a lot about the conditions, and Rassi spoke a lot this last game at the Wanderers. So it's, I guess, the benefit of having players play all around the country. Each team we're also in the same position. But again, if there's any kind of 1% or 2% you can gain from someone that spends more time than others, I think it's definitely used well, especially in our camp.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, last year we finished up dead last. I think there was a comment thrown into the change room that you can't get any worse than that. So yeah, it's just about making sure that we put the processes in place to finish on a better note. There's kind of a pressure taken off by finishing last. It's something that nobody knows what's going to be expected this year, but that gives us some freedom to play the game we want to play. So yeah, that's what you've seen in the past two games, and that's what's going to come.
I don't really think our mindset changes. I think maybe just the way you play changes. The Highveld obviously is notorious for generally these high scoring venues, but to be honest, so was Durban a few nights ago too. So again, I think that's why we're all here at practice today. All of us are here just to try work out as batters, maybe your areas change or different shots come into the picture, the shots fall out of the picture. But I don't think the mindset changes. We're still looking to go out there and with a bat, obviously, be really positive and take the game on. We've got a loaded middle order, like I said. So, the whole point is to try really set it up for them. I think today we'll just I'll assess what options I want to use or, different things that I'm trying to implement going into the game tomorrow. And then when you play up in the Highveld again in a few weeks in Pretoria, those will obviously be, the flip around and the different change.
On the bowling front, I think it's obviously conditions do differ where you might get wickets that skid on in the Highveld, but might grip a bit more here. So you just got to assess that on the day, and then making sure that your skills align to that. Where the variations come into play, whether it's throwing in a bit more Yorkers, vice versa. It's just about skill at the end of the day. And yeah, same as Ryan. Got to assess today what we think the conditions are going to be like. Make sure that we align ourselves to that. Yeah, it's obviously feeling great. I get a sense of backing from the coaching staff. I've had long chats with Robbie and Mally, on role definition. So it's just about me adopting that and making sure that, those performances come in the way it needs to, and adapting to the conditions as they do. Yeah. Very simple guy, very, very quiet as well. Won't necessarily come to you unless he needs to. So if he's not with you, it means you're doing something right. But yeah, he's probably the world's best T20 bowler. He's a legend. So I'm trying to kind of take as much knowledge as I can out of him, whether he wants to give it or not. But yeah, he comes with a very simple dynamic to the game, and that kind of keeps your head clear when you're out there in the middle, running into ball.
Yeah, obviously last year was a frustration, not just for myself, but as a group. I think I can speak obviously of the team. We had to try rectify it. And the question was asked earlier, but it was we actually have nothing to lose, I guess, at the end of the day. That's how bad it was. So yeah, I think it's just about the restructuring. I've worked hard on trying to implement what I want to do. You're never guaranteed for success, but it's rolling for me at the moment, these last 2 games. So I'm just going to stick to it. And yeah, obviously just want to do well for the team and, do justice for myself at the same time. I've worked on, a few, I wouldn't say technical things, or maybe 1 or 2 technical things, just my alignment. But I think along with those things, Robbie's given me the opportunity to really be free with how I play. And I think maybe it's been a long time coming. The way I play the game is maybe just needed more of a mental shift than a technical shift. So Robbie's given me the license to really just try to look after the power play and do what I need to do and try to set the game up for the guys for our heavy middle order. Yeah, it's always different. I think that's part and parcel of South Africa. That's why it's one of the toughest places to play. Wickets last year were tough. They're so far from what we've seen, they've been pretty good. We're hoping that Newlands can obviously also provide a good wicket as a batter. That's all I'm after. But yeah, it will be cool to do it out here in front of Newlands. As a group, our record obviously isn't very good here based on 1 season, but we've kind of buried that behind us, and all of us are excited and ready to get out there tomorrow.